Formula One pit stops are one of the greatest spectacles in sport. 20 mechanics, 4 tyres, front wing adjustments, sometimes even suspension repairs, all completed in less than 2 seconds. It looks effortless. But hidden beneath that precision is one terrifying reality. Every member of a Formula One pit crew willingly stands just inches away from a car weighing over 800 kilograms, arriving at speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour. One tiny mistake, one split second of confusion, and the consequences can be catastrophic. Today we're looking at some of the scariest pit crew accidents in Formula One history. These are the moments where routine pit stops turned into complete nightmares. And trust me, some of these are incredibly difficult to watch. Ferrari's nightmare. Kimi Räikkönen, Bahrain 2018. Ferrari had spent years building a reputation for flawless pit stops. Their crews were among the fastest in Formula One. But on lap 36 of the 2018 Bahrain Grand Prix, everything fell apart. Kimi Räikkönen pulled into his pit box for what should have been a routine stop. The front tyres were changed without issue, but the rear left mechanic, Francesco Cigarini, was still struggling to remove the wheel. Then, the green light came on. Ferrari's automated release system believed the stop was complete, and Räikkönen immediately accelerated. Unfortunately, the rear left tyre wasn't attached. The Ferrari surged forward, running directly over Cigarini's left leg. The impact was horrific. Television cameras immediately cut away as mechanics rushed towards him. He had suffered fractures to both the tibia and fibula. His season was over before it had really begun. Meanwhile, Räikkönen had no idea what had happened. He only realized something was wrong when the loose wheel caused him to stop at the end of the pit lane. Ferrari retired the car immediately. After the race, the team admitted a fault within the pit stop light system had released Räikkönen too early. The incident completely changed how Ferrari approached pit stop safety. Additional checks were introduced. Procedures were reviewed. Because even with cutting-edge technology, a single incorrect signal had nearly cost someone their career. Red Bull's flying wheel. German Grand Prix 2013. This accident injured far more people than anyone expected. Mark Webber stopped for fresh tyres during the 2013 German Grand Prix. The pit stop looked normal until it wasn't. The right rear wheel wasn't secured correctly. Webber was released anyway. As he accelerated away, the wheel detached instantly. It bounced across the pit lane at incredible speed. The tyre struck Formula One cameraman Paul Allen with tremendous force. The impact knocked him unconscious. Medical staff rushed to the scene. Allen suffered a broken collarbone, fractured ribs, and a concussion. Considering the speed of the wheel, many feared the injuries would be far worse. The incident exposed a major weakness in Formula One pit lane safety. Television crews and photographers were often allowed to stand surprisingly close to active pit boxes. After Germany, that changed. Media access was tightened. Working areas became much more restricted. Even experienced professionals standing outside the teams suddenly realized how vulnerable everyone in the pit lane really was. Jos Verstappen's fireball. German Grand Prix 1994. This remains one of the most terrifying images Formula One has ever produced. Jos Verstappen arrived for his pit stop driving Benetton. As fuel began flowing into the car, mechanics prepared to change the tyres. Then, a massive fireball erupted. Within a fraction of a second, the entire car disappeared behind flames. Mechanics were engulfed. Crew members stumbled backwards with burning overalls. For several horrifying moments, nobody knew whether Verstappen had escaped. The cause was eventually traced to a fuel rig malfunction combined with safety filters that had been removed during practice. Fuel sprayed onto the hot car before instantly igniting. Miraculously, Verstappen escaped with only minor facial burns. Several mechanics also suffered burns but avoided life-threatening injuries. Looking back today, it's astonishing that everyone survived. The accident became one of the defining moments that pushed Formula One towards eliminating refueling altogether. While refueling continued for several more years, the risks had become impossible to ignore. Nigel Stepney struck by Schumacher, Spain 2000. Sometimes even experienced championship-winning teams make devastating mistakes. Ferrari's chief mechanic, Nigel Stepney, had completed Michael Schumacher's pit stop. Everything appeared finished. Schumacher accelerated away, but Stepney was still directly in front of the Ferrari. The car hit him head-on. He was thrown into the air before crashing onto the pit lane surface. Remarkably, he escaped without major injuries. Watching the replay today is almost unbelievable. It demonstrates just how little margin for error exists. Drivers have extremely limited visibility. Pit crew members are completely focused on their individual jobs, and communication has to be perfect. One misunderstanding lasting less than half a second can send someone flying. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We upload new Formula One stories every week, covering the sport's biggest controversies, unbelievable moments, and forgotten pieces of history. And if you think these accidents are already terrifying, the next few show just how dangerous modern pit stops can still be. The pit crew member nobody saw, Singapore 2008. One of Formula One's most famous pit stop failures wasn't terrifying because of speed. It was terrifying because someone was forgotten. Felipe Massa entered the pits while leading the Singapore Grand Prix. Ferrari's new electronic pit light malfunctioned. The green signal appeared too early. Massa accelerated, dragging the entire fuel hose down the pit lane. Mechanics desperately chased after the car while still attached. Fuel sprayed everywhere. Crew members were yanked forward unexpectedly. Fortunately, nobody suffered serious injuries. But the images became iconic. The mistake destroyed Massa's race, and by the end of the season, he missed winning the World Championship by just 1 point. One faulty release didn't just affect a race. It may have changed Formula One history forever. Modern Formula One pit stops are now safer than they've ever been. Refueling has disappeared. Protective equipment has improved dramatically. Wheel guns, release systems, and training have all become more sophisticated. But the danger hasn't vanished. Every race weekend, 20 mechanics still step into one of the most dangerous workplaces in world sport. They train thousands of times for a job that lasts barely 2 seconds. Because if even one person gets it wrong, those 2 seconds can become the longest of their lives. So next time you watch a perfect 1.9-second pit stop, remember, you're not just watching speed, you're watching extraordinary teamwork, incredible trust, and people willingly placing themselves in harm's way to gain fractions of a second. And that's one of the reasons Formula One remains one of the most breathtaking sports on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Formula One story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.